Have you ever caught yourself slowing down not because you're tired, but because something just feels off? Maybe your steps have gotten shorter. You reach for the wall more often, or pause a moment longer before stepping off a curb. It doesn't start with a fall. It starts quietly with little shifts in your stride, your confidence, your trust in your own balance. And over time, those small moments grow into something bigger. Hesitation, fear, and a life that feels a little smaller than it used to. But here's something no one tells you. Losing your balance isn't just aging. In many cases, it's 5 small, preventable habits, things we do every day without realizing they're silently taking our steadiness away. The good news, you can fix them. Today, we'll walk through each one clearly, gently, and by the end of this video, you'll know what to stop, what to start, and how to move with more confidence than you felt in years. If this feels familiar, if you've noticed changes in your own balance, type 1 in the comments to let us know you are watching. And don't forget to subscribe for more practical, calming health tips made just for you. Stay with me until the end, because there's one powerful insight that could completely change the way you walk, stand, and feel in your own body again. Now let's begin. Mistake 1, forgetting the power in your feet and ankles. Let me ask you something simple but important. When was the last time you really thought about your feet? Not how they look, but how they work, how they grip the ground, adjust your balance, keep you upright when the world shifts beneath you. Most people never think about their feet until something goes wrong. But here's the truth, your feet and ankles are the foundation of your balance. They are the first responders every time you take a step, change direction, or recover from a stumble. And yet for many of us, as we age, they quietly grow weaker, not because of age alone, but because we stop challenging them. In today's world, we walk mostly on smooth, flat surfaces, tile pavement, hardwood floors. We wear cushioned shoes that feel comfortable but disconnect us from the ground beneath us. And we rarely, if ever, walk barefoot anymore. Over time, the muscles in our feet and ankles begin to fall asleep. They lose strength. They lose flexibility. They stop sending rich signals to the brain that help you stay balanced. And slowly, without even realizing it, you begin to lose trust in your own steps. Let me tell you about someone I worked with not long ago. His name was Harold. He's 76, a retired teacher, and proud to say he still walks every morning. But over the past year, he started noticing little changes. He was catching his toe on the carpet more often. He stopped walking across the lawn because it felt too uneven. One day while reaching for something in the kitchen, he lost his balance and caught himself on the counter. "It's like my feet don't react fast enough anymore," he told me. When we assessed his ankle mobility and foot strength, the results were clear. His foundation had grown weak, not because of illness, but because of years of inactivity down there. The good news? In just 2 weeks, Harold started feeling the difference. With a few gentle exercises each day, his balance began to improve. "I didn't realize how much I was asking my knees and hips to compensate," he said. "Now I can feel my feet again." You can check your own foot and ankle strength right now. Stand barefoot on a flat surface. Try lifting yourself slowly onto your tiptoes. Do you wobble, strain to stay steady? That's a sign those stabilizing muscles need attention. Now stand on one foot. Close your eyes for just a few seconds if you're comfortable. Do your ankles feel alive, adjusting quickly to keep you steady, or do they feel sluggish, uncertain out of practice? If that sounds familiar, you're not alone. But the great news is this: you can reawaken these muscles with simple, safe movements. Here are 3 things you can do starting today. Barefoot walking on safe surfaces. Try walking barefoot for a few minutes each day on a carpeted floor, a grassy lawn, or a textured mat. This helps reintroduce natural movement and rebuild sensory feedback between your feet and your brain. Tennis ball massage. While seated, gently roll a tennis ball under each foot for about a minute. It loosens tight fascia, improves circulation, and wakes up nerve endings that help you detect the ground beneath you. Strength builders. Calf raises. Stand tall, hold onto a chair for support, and slowly lift your heels off the ground. Pause. Lower back down. Do 10-15 reps. Towel scrunches. Place a towel under your bare foot and try to grab it with your toes. This strengthens your arches and toe flexors. One leg stand balance on one foot for 10 seconds, then switch. Build up slowly. Do these exercises regularly and you'll likely notice your confidence growing step by steady step. You see, strengthening your feet and ankles isn't just about balance, it affects everything. Your posture improves, your stride becomes smoother. Your knees and hips don't have to overcompensate. You recover faster when you slip. And most importantly, you begin to trust your steps again. You'll feel it in the little things, stepping over a curb, turning to reach something, walking across gravel without tensing up. Balance doesn't start in your brain. It starts with what touches the ground first, your feet. And when you strengthen the base, the whole body follows. If you're still with me and this part of the video has helped you think differently about your balance, comment the number 1 below to let me know you're here. I'd love to hear if you're going to try one of these exercises today. And remember, this is just the first of 5 silent balance killers. Stick with me through the next sections because each one builds on the last, and the final insight may change the way you move for good. Shall we continue? Mistake 2. Not practicing balance every day. When you were younger, balance probably felt effortless. You turned without thinking, stepped over curbs without slowing down, and reached for top shelves without hesitation. It was natural, automatic, reliable. But as we age, many of us start to believe something that quietly steals our strength. We assume balance is just a reflex we're supposed to keep without ever training it. The truth, balance is a skill. And like any skill, if we don't use it, we lose it, the slow fade. It doesn't disappear all at once. It starts with subtle shifts, walking more slowly, avoiding uneven ground, hesitating before reaching. At first, it feels like caution, a smart adjustment, a way to stay safe. But over time, that caution turns into a habit. We move less, reach less, turn less, and the muscles and reflexes that once protected us begin to fade. It's a silent cycle. We stop challenging our balance, it grows weaker. We become more afraid to move. So we challenge it even less. It's not weakness. It's not aging. It's simply lack of practice. Linda's story. Let me introduce you to someone I met not long ago. Her name is Marilyn, 73 years old, a retired librarian with a sharp mind and a kind smile. She told me I haven't fallen, but I feel like I could, so I just try not to move too fast anymore. We ran a few simple balance checks, just asking her to stand with her feet close together or walk heel to toe in a straight line. She was stunned. I thought I was being careful, but I was actually letting it slip away, she whispered. That moment was powerful for both of us because Marilyn didn't need medication or equipment. She needed reminders that her body could still improve with just a little practice. Balance is a trainable skill. You wouldn't expect to stay strong without lifting a thing. You wouldn't expect your memory to stay sharp if you never used your brain. So why do we expect balance to stay intact without giving it any attention? The good news is that the human body, even in its 70s, 80s, or 90s, is capable of reconnecting balance reflexes, regaining muscle coordination, and rebuilding confidence. It just takes small daily invitations to wake those systems up again. Try these 3 simple balance exercises. You don't need a gym, you don't need to break a sweat, you just need moments of intentional movement. Stand on one foot while brushing your teeth. Hold on to the sink lightly if needed. Start with 5-10 seconds, then switch legs. This engages your ankles, core, and balance reflexes in a safe, familiar setting. Walk heel to toe in a straight line. Imagine walking on a tightrope. Stretch your arms out for support. Try it down a hallway once a day. It teaches your body to align and respond quickly. Close your eyes, standing still safely. Near a chair or counter, stand with your feet close together. Gently close your eyes for 5-10 seconds. This strengthens your proprioception, your sense of where you are in space without sight. And if you enjoy graceful, flowing movement, try a Tai Chi video for beginners. It's gentle, meditative, and one of the most effective ways to train balance over time. These little practices don't just strengthen your muscles, They reawaken the pathways between your brain and body, helping your system react instead of freeze when things go wrong. They rebuild something even more important than coordination: trust. You begin to trust your footing again. Trust your reactions. Trust your steps. Marilyn told me after 2 weeks of doing the 1-foot brushing exercise and hallway walking, she noticed something subtle but meaningful. I reached up for the olive oil without even thinking about my balance, she said, smiling. And I didn't hold on to anything. That's the power of balance practice. It doesn't just help you walk, it helps you live more freely. You'll move through grocery aisles with confidence. You'll step onto the porch without hesitation. You'll go out to dinner without worrying about that tricky ramp near the parking lot. You'll begin to feel like yourself again. If this part of the video spoke to you, if you've noticed yourself slowing down or avoiding movement you used to do without thinking, type the number 2 in the comments below so I know you're still with me. And tell me, will you try one of these exercises today? Balance is a gift you can rebuild, and every small practice is a promise to yourself. In the next section, we'll talk about something many people overlook: the kind of shoes you wear inside your home and how it might be quietly increasing your fall risk. Stick with me. This next insight could surprise you. Mistake 3: wearing the wrong footwear at home. Most of us think of home as the safest place on earth. It's where we feel comfortable, move freely, and go about our day without thinking twice. But for many older adults, the greatest risk of falling doesn't come from icy sidewalks or public stairs. It happens right at home, often because of something as small as what's on your feet. The hidden danger of comfy habits. You wake up in the morning, slide on a pair of old socks or worn slippers and shuffle into the kitchen. It feels harmless, familiar even. But here's the quiet truth: the wrong footwear can turn your home into a hazard zone. Smooth socks on hardwood floors, loose slippers that don't stay on, shoes with thin soles that offer no grip. These common choices may feel cozy, but they rob you of stability. They strip your feet of the traction and structure and feedback they need to keep you upright, especially when walking across tile laminate or rugs that shift underfoot. Walter's story. Let me tell you about someone I met. His name is Walter, a 79-year-old former mechanic with a gentle laugh and a proud independent streak. He told me, "I've never fallen, but I've had a few close calls." One night, Walter got up to use the bathroom. In his words, "I was half asleep wearing my old socks, and as soon as I stepped on that rug, boom, my foot slipped and I barely caught myself on the door frame." He stood there shaking, not from injury, but from the realization. "It wasn't the rug's fault," he said later. "It was me. I'd been sliding around this house for years and didn't even realize how dangerous it had become." That night changed his thinking, and hopefully it will change yours too. Why indoor footwear matters more than you think. Your feet aren't just there to move you, they're part of your balance system. They contain over 100 muscles, tendons, and ligaments, along with countless nerve endings that tell your brain where you are in space. When your shoes are too soft, too slippery, or too loose, you lose connection to the floor. Your feet can't feel the ground. And when your feet can't feel, your brain can't react. Add in worn-out soles, no arch support, and elevated heels, and suddenly your risk of slipping, tripping, or misjudging a step increases dramatically. The right shoe makes all the difference. So what should you wear at home? You don't need fancy orthopedic shoes, but you do need supportive, secure, and slip-resistant footwear that respects the needs of aging feet. Look for indoor shoes or house slippers with firm arch support to help align your feet and reduce joint strain. Flat, flexible soles that allow natural foot movement while keeping solid contact with the ground. Non-slip outsoles with texture or rubber grip. Closed-back design that keeps the shoe on your foot securely. No more shuffling to keep slippers from sliding off. Avoid backless slippers that fall off with every step. Smooth-bottom socks or stocking feet. Worn-out shoes with no tread or loose fabric. And remember, the more contact your foot has with the floor, the more information your brain gets to help you stay steady. Time for a self-check. Let's do a quick footwear review together. Go look at the shoes or slippers you wear around the house. Ask yourself, do they fit snugly, not too tight, but not loose? Do they have traction underneath? Or are they worn smooth? Do they support the arch of your foot or flatten out completely when you step down? Do they stay on your feet when you move quickly? Or do you have to shuffle to keep them on? If you answered no to any of these, it might be time for a small but powerful upgrade, shoes that keep you independent. The right footwear isn't just about comfort, it's about freedom. When your feet are supported, you move with more confidence. You don't hesitate when turning quickly. You don't avoid walking across slick floors. And you don't second-guess getting up in the middle of the night. You move like you used to with a sense of certainty in your steps. Walter's update. A few weeks after that scare, Walter told me he bought himself a new pair of non-slip house shoes. They're nothing fancy, he said, but they hug my feet. They don't slide around. And you know what? I move better. I don't hold on to the furniture anymore. That's the power of the right shoe. A simple change, a safer home, a stronger stride. If you're still watching and this message hits home, comment the number 3 below to let me know you're here. And maybe, just maybe, take a look down at your feet. Ask yourself if they're truly supported, because every strong movement starts from the ground up. In the next part of this video, we'll talk about a habit many of us pick up without even noticing. Relying too much on walls, chairs, and countertops to move around the house. It feels safe, but it might be making you weaker. Stay with me, we're just getting started. Mistake 4, relying too much on furniture and walls. It starts with just a light touch, a hand brushing the edge of a chair, a palm pressed against the wall as you turn a corner. At first, it feels like a smart move, a way to stay steady, but over time, that gentle support can turn into something much heavier: dependence. And the more we depend on walls, counters, or furniture to move through our home, the more we tell our body, I don't trust you to keep me steady anymore. The trap of false safety. This habit is what physical therapists call a false safety. It tricks the mind into feeling secure while quietly allowing the real muscles and systems responsible for balance to shut down. The muscles in your legs, hips, and core, they weaken. The reflexes that once responded in a split second, they slow. And the nerves that used to give your brain instant feedback, they grow quiet from disuse. It becomes a loop. You reach for support. Your muscles do less. You rely on support even more. And before long, your body forgets how to walk without holding on. Sarah's story. Let me tell you about Eleanor, a 75-year-old retired nurse with a warm smile and steady hands, except when it came to walking. After a minor fall in her garden, Eleanor began using a cane inside her house. It was just for a while, she told me, just until I felt more stable. But weeks turned into months. And even though her injury had long healed, she couldn't walk from her bedroom to the kitchen without that cane. I didn't even realize what was happening, she said. I stopped trusting myself. My legs didn't feel like mine anymore. Through gentle support and guided training, Eleanor slowly began rebuilding her balance without abandoning safety. One of the first things she said as she improved was, I didn't notice how often I was reaching for the wall until the day I didn't have to. How to gently reclaim your balance. You don't need to throw your cane away, and you certainly shouldn't stop using a device if your doctor recommends it. But you can begin reawakening the systems inside you that were designed to keep you steady. Here's how to start safely at home. 1. Stand without holding on, seconds daily. Choose a sturdy surface near you like a kitchen counter. Stand tall without touching anything for 30 seconds. Focus on your breath. Feel your feet on the floor. If you need to reach out, do so, but aim to use less each day. 2. Walk 2 to 3 steps without support. Each morning or evening, try walking just 2 or 3 slow steps without touching walls or furniture. Keep your head up, shoulders back. Breathe naturally. It may feel scary at first, but you're retraining your nervous system to do what it used to do on its own. 3. Gradually increase distance. After a week, add a few more steps, then a few more. You're not racing. You're rebuilding. Think of it like teaching your muscles and nerves to wake up again. And always remember, this isn't about being reckless. It's about being intentional. This is about more than movement. When you walk without holding on even for a few moments, you're not just moving. You're sending a message to your body. I still believe in you, and your body responds. Over time, you'll notice your steps feel more grounded. Your posture lifts. Your fear of falling starts to fade. You begin to reclaim the quiet confidence you once had, the kind that lets you walk into the next room without second-guessing your every step. If you're still watching and this part resonated with you, comment the number 4 below to let me know you're here. And if you try even one of these small practices today, I'd love to hear how it goes. In our next section, we'll explore one of the most overlooked and most fixable causes of balance problems: your vision and your inner ear. It may surprise you how much your eyes and ears control your stability, and how small changes there can lead to major improvements in how you move. Stick with me, you're doing great. Mistake 5, neglecting your vision and inner ear. The hidden engines of balance. Most people think of balance as something you do with your legs, your muscles, or maybe your spine. But here's something you might not realize: your ability to stay upright, walk confidently, and react to sudden changes actually begins with your eyes and ears. Not the outer ears or simple eyesight, but a deeper, more powerful system most of us take for granted until it's too late. When your vision and inner ear are out of sync, your brain starts to receive confusing signals about where your body is in space. And when your brain can't get accurate information, your balance becomes unpredictable, fragile, even dangerous. The role you can't see. Think about the last time you walked into a dimly lit hallway or down unfamiliar stairs. If you had to pause to adjust or felt a sudden unease, that wasn't just your knees, it was your brain scrambling for better visual or vestibular input. Your eyes tell your brain how far away the floor is, how tall a step might be, and whether a surface is flat or uneven. Your inner ears, known as the vestibular system, detect motion, gravity, and head position. They help you stay balanced even when you turn quickly, look up, or walk in the dark. But as we age, these systems start to wear down, and most of us never even know it's happening. Tom's story. Let me tell you about Frank, an 80-year-old Navy veteran with a quiet sense of humor and a stubborn streak. For months, Frank had been tripping over small steps, missing curbs, feeling dizzy when turning his head, or walking in busy grocery aisles. He chalked it up to aging. Just getting old, he said, but then came the fall. He caught his foot on the edge of a single stair in a friend's garage. It wasn't high, it wasn't dark, but it was enough. He didn't break anything, but it shook him, and it led to answers he hadn't expected. A comprehensive exam revealed his glasses prescription was outdated. He had early-stage cataracts clouding his vision. And more surprisingly, he had a condition called benign paroxysmal positional vertigo, BPPV, a common but often undiagnosed inner ear issue that affects balance. With new glasses, cataract treatment, and a short course of vestibular rehabilitation therapy, Frank's world changed. He told me it was like someone turned the lights back on. I didn't know how much I'd been missing until I could see again and walk straight again. Signs you shouldn't ignore. Here are some subtle but important signs that your vision or inner ear might be affecting your balance. Do you stumble more in dim lighting? Do you misjudge steps or curb heights? Do you avoid crowded stores because they make you feel dizzy? Have you ever felt like the room is spinning when you roll over in bed? Do you find yourself touching walls for guidance when it's dark? These aren't just quirks. They're clues telling you it's time to check in on your body's GPS system. What you can do starting today: get regular eye exams. Once a year, make sure your eye doctor checks more than just your basic vision. Ask about contrast sensitivity, depth perception, peripheral vision, and signs of cataracts or macular degeneration. Update your glasses. Even a small shift in your prescription can dramatically improve balance, especially when moving through complex environments like stairs or uneven sidewalks. Check vestibular function. If you've experienced dizziness, vertigo, or sudden shifts in direction, ask your doctor about vestibular testing. Conditions like BPPV can often be corrected with simple in-office maneuvers. Light your home well. Install night lights in hallways, bathrooms, and near stairs. Use motion sensor lights for late-night trips to the kitchen. Apply high-contrast tape to stair edges to improve visual cues. Try yellow-tinted glasses in low light. These can help enhance contrast and depth perception, making evening walking inside the home much safer. Balance is a team effort. Your eyes and ears may be small, but they are the co-captains of your body's balance system. And when they're out of tune, your legs and feet can only do so much. The good news, you don't have to wait for a fall to make a change. Simple steps like getting your vision checked or increasing light in your hallway can mean the difference between uncertainty and confidence. If this part of the video opened your eyes literally and figuratively, comment the number 5 below so I know you're still with me. Tell me, when was your last eye exam? Have you ever had your inner ear checked? Because the more clearly you see your surroundings, the more surely you can step into them. In our final section, I'll offer a gentle reminder of what this journey has really been about and how the smallest steps can create the strongest stride. Stay with me, you're almost there. Balance doesn't disappear overnight. It fades quietly through little things we stop doing, muscles we stop challenging, senses we stop trusting. One day you notice you're walking slower, reaching out for the wall, pausing before stepping down. But here's the truth. You didn't lose your balance all at once, and you don't have to regain it all at once either. Every single step you take, literally and figuratively, can be part of the way back. You still have time, you still have strength, and most importantly, your body is still listening. With just 5 minutes a day, you can begin to reawaken the systems inside you that know how to move, how to react, how to stand tall and steady. Maybe today you'll stand for 30 seconds without support. Maybe tomorrow you'll take 3 confident steps down the hallway. And maybe by next week you'll feel yourself walking more freely, more surely, more like you. So let me ask you, where will you begin? Was there a moment in this video that made you pause and say, "That's me," a habit you didn't know was hurting you, a small change you are ready to make? If so, I'd love to hear it. Type your takeaway or a word that inspires you in the comments below. And if this video helped you in any way, please like, subscribe, and share it with someone you care about. You never know who might need just one encouraging voice to take their next strong step. Remember, balance isn't just about not falling. It's about moving through life with freedom, grace, and confidence at any age. Thanks for being here. And until next time, stay steady, stay hopeful, and keep walking forward.